So I keep trying to do a little bit of terraforming, and it just keeps collapsing on me. So this might take a little bit. So I'm gonna cut the time lapse there because I didn't want it to be too long, even though it'll probably be like a 2-minute time lapse. But yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end when I'm finished, like trying to smooth out the area for this build, because it is time to get ourselves a desert village, because I really like the desert. It's one of my favorite biomes, just the way it looks, the way it feels. And we also went ahead and got, where is it, where is it, there we go, a bunch of end stone. So with the end stone, it's gonna be sick. So yeah, let me finish. I'm gonna patch this up, I'm gonna patch that up, and that should be good as long as we don't run into any more issues with caves underneath here collapsing. So yeah, this should be fun. Alright guys, so I've kind of given up trying to fill this hole in for right now, just because it's all sand as we go down, and then I have to terraform a lot of it, as well as not quite, I wouldn't quite call it terraforming, but I do have to do a little bit of landscaping with this sand, and it just this hole has gotten quite in the way. But we do have a layout, so let's I think I should have brought this would be a perfect thing to do a first flyby with the elytra, but I didn't bring it with me. It is that, did I keep it in the ender chest? No, I did not. So but yeah, so these blue things obviously are going to be where our buildings are going to be. A couple of them are this weird diagonal one, just because I want to try and get a little bit more shape and to mess with the kind of the skyline. And these ones, they're going to be like two buildings just kind of smashed together. And it's going to be interesting to try and build here, but we got to get our okay, and also, so blue's buildings, orange is going to be the path. I don't know what we're doing in the center here. I just wanted to know, I just knew I wanted like a open center area to do something with. And then these little red things are places where I think like maybe like a lamp or a light or a tree of some sort, even though I don't think I'm gonna put too much lush green around here. But that's where these are just going to be like points of interest where we can throw something else down along with the path. So now I get to do something that I'm kind of terrified of doing, and that is I'm thinking about putting the path. Maybe actually I could do that off camera after we build one of these houses. Let's okay, so every single one except, probably put just a basic house right here, or you know what, screw it, we're just gonna do this house right here. Let me get my inventory ready, and we're gonna start doing this. Well, the block palette that I have is end stone, sandstone, end stone brick, along with I got a butt ton of this dark oak that I want to incorporate just to bring like a darker tone to the building. And then we will be after that, we do need to actually get some colors, which might be a blue or this orange or red. I haven't decided yet what color we're going to put in, so we might just play around with it. But let me get my inventory all ready, and I have a bunch of endstone brick to go ahead and craft up. So I'll catch you guys back in a minute. Okay, so I set up this one tiny little house that we need to start putting some details on, which I'm thinking just to start off this dark oak, because I wanted to incorporate it, because I've never really fancied the dark oak texture, so I thought maybe I could do it this time and actually get it to look good. And I think when you combine it with the stone, with the what you calls it, the end stone brick, it's actually quite pretty. And then we're gonna have to figure out these windows and the rest of these walls, because these walls are kind of need maybe a little more detail, because they kind of look a little flat. So we'll probably pop them out like so. Hey, maybe this isn't gonna work too well with this one pick. Efficiency 4. Do I have another one that's a little weaker? That'll allow us to do efficiency 5. 4. Yeah, no, it's gonna be, well, it's not bad that it's gonna be fast, it's just gonna be more of a pain to try and make it work. So we need a color to throw in there. So actually what I'll need to do first, what we should do first, actually, how much of this stone, we got a couple bits of this, so we could do it, and I could just craft up a bunch more in between this and the next clip. If we just pop that, maybe that is a little much of a difference, 'cause, yeah, it's a little too yellow to be right next to that. But how does this look right here if we do that around the bottom? You know what, that actually doesn't look too bad, and it gives us a little bit of depth. Let's throw these back in there and figure out, like, do we want to do a big window or a small window? So here, let's see what the floor looks like on the outside versus the inside. 1, this 2, a 6. So right here and right here was be where we'd want the windows, right? So right up the center. And yeah, that looks good. And then actually, so we can, I think what I'm thinking is we won't have the connected texture on the back of this brick right here, right? So if we go like so, but then we'll have to do something else up top right there to kind of make it look good. We can have like that little gutter maybe, but nah, that's not gonna work. Because I was thinking about maybe putting some color behind, behind here, and just like hiding it behind the stair block and kind of have it peek through, but I don't think that's gonna work. But you know what, this actually is not that bad, honestly. If we just take these out, we throw stairs where there's supposed to be a window, right? Actually, you know what, I kind of want a larger window, so we can do this, pop that right there, get this right back in there, and that, honestly, I think that's probably what we're gonna go for right here, because it looks good, it's simple, it's not hard to replicate. What I do dislike a little bit is that we don't have too much variation inside the block palette. So what I'm thinking we're gonna have to do is use like maybe some drapes on the windows, and we'll use flags for that, which means I actually have to do some, oh man, it means I gotta go find sheep, and I have a couple sheep way back at the home tree, but I ain't trying to go all the way over there, because it's like over yonder and then way out there. But yeah, we'll figure this out. I think I'm gonna put in these windows and try to go find some sheep that are close by, so we can throw some color onto some of the banners, not flags. Why did I think about flags? Okay, so this one, I don't actually, let's not have this corner, we won't have windows that pop out, just because the way that corner works, it'd be kind of hard to work in a window right there, just because we have that the stairs right here. But I also don't, I want this connected texture on this back, but we don't have like a debug stick or anything to like force it to have this position, so I need those two there, and that actually looks pretty cool. But it does put a damper on trying to get some windows in right there, but it's okay, because we could make this like a little area out front to be able to, like, for people to chill on. Or what we could do is make this the entrance, right? So let's pop this right here, pop it open, and then we just cover this back up with everything, and then we can have, we don't have to worry about having windows there that look good, because it doesn't need windows. That's going to be the what you calls it, it's going to be the entrance, so you know, you don't need windows right next to the entrance. Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. That looks pretty good, actually. So let me figure out the next step, which is going to be maybe getting part of this path in here and figuring out what little details we're going to be using for these red parts, so we can start getting the feel of the whole area along with this. And I also have to do the one thing that I really suck at doing and really hate doing, and that is roofs. Roofs are not my forte. Okay, so I couldn't find any sheep. I ran to this plains biome and stuff. There's just not a whole lot of spawning space. Maybe if I actually went way over there, there should be like a swamp, but there's not a whole lot of spawning space either. And I also, near the swamp that I am in, there's a lot of mobs that get trapped in the water, so that it might be clogging up the mob cap for that. But I did get a lot of these buildings put together, and I quickly realized I'm gonna run out of end stone, so I'm gonna have to go back and... Oh, hey feller. Nah. We might have to... I might need that red sand though, bro. I might. But I ended up putting up all of these just to get like the base outline, and I'm ready to take this out, and possibly, I don't know when we're gonna come and do this inside here, but we can take out the orange and kind of get rid of the reds and every other color that's around here, so we can figure out where we want the color when we do come around and get the color, because it's important that we don't just have this blank. There's not enough variation within the blocks, so I need to come through. But we can start where is it? We can start doing some of the what you calls it? Where we have this right here, and I guess I'll grab that and craft it up real fast, and we can get this the pathways here kind of... Oh, I shouldn't have taken out the orange, huh? But well, if this is the house, and we can just lead up away from it like this and kind of swing a ding 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 ding. Actually, that is not, is it? That is not the entrance, is it? But we could probably have the path coming straight through here. And what I want to do is come through with some texture here. So I don't want to do too much of the birch, just because I think it clashes a little too hard with everything else. But then we come through with a bit more of this end stone here. Let's take that up to here, maybe place like that, and then we come through with some end stone, like that, maybe like that, and then we have our sandstone here. We can come through with a little bit more of that, and then we'll fill the rest in with sand, back in with sand. And actually, we'll note it as we do it. We'll notice where we need a little bit more texture. We can throw that right here. Boom. Throw down a little bit more sand, like that, and we can do a little bit like this. Maybe another piece of wood, sandstone, and then fill in with sand, and it gets like a nice loose pathway going. But I think this birch is not quite what I'm looking for in the path, which kind of sucks, because I thought maybe that it would look really, really good, but it's honestly, I'll probably end up putting it in and seeing how I like it, and seeing if we can't put in a bit more. We can't widen our texture, our block palette here, and get it to where it's looking a little bit better to have that birch in the ground there. But I like the way that the end stone makes this seem a little bit more yellow. I didn't like it quite much on the buildings here, but on the ground, I think we'll do that. But I also had this really, really, really cool idea that it's gonna take a long time to do, just because of the amount of stuff that I have to collect for it. If we were like, we need to figure out but why would this village be here? And what I'm thinking is, if this was Rainbow Mountain and we just come through on this mountain here, we put a bunch of color, and this is they mine this mountain out inside this desert biome, because the erosion of the sand here when it rains exposes these beautiful rock formations that are a multitude of colors. We just throw some green, some of this over here, and we can add green and lime green, because I have more than enough of what I need to make lime green dye. And well, I mean, I think I have almost everything I need to make whatever color I want. But I'm thinking maybe next time we're in this area, we can come through and see that, and it would be cool, because at some point I'll like to, hey, what did you take, Mr. Enderman? If you took one of my where'd you go? Sissy, you should run away with my stuff. But if we make like a dock area over here, and then we have boats, we could have it loaded up with this stuff, and maybe we actually convert this into concrete at some point, or maybe even some of it concrete, some of it powder, and they're shipping it out on boats out over this way, and we can get a couple boats into the water. And I think that's a really cool idea. We'll end up having to take this out, which I came and I found a long time ago. I don't think I mentioned it in the beginning, but I've already explored this area. We're probably about 1,000 blocks away from our main tree area, so it takes a minute to get here, but it's going to be a really cool looking place. And I'll probably take that down, and there isn't too much else that I think I want to do as far as like changing the landscape here, but we can make these mountains and that one, we can just like change the whole landscape, and they're going to be these maybe not even magical, but these pretty different color. Why do I always throw my food into here or here? Where did I put it? I always empty out everything, including my food. Stupid me. I keep all my tools and stuff, because well, you need your tools, but yeah. But I think this is where I'm going to call the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a lot to work on. Tomorrow we'll probably have a time lapse that comes through. We'll roll through here and get some of this detailing on these houses, and then we can start adding the color, which I think I'm gonna go for the like, we can do like barrels with the trapdoors and stuff like that. I'll get the little models built up before next episode, so we can see those when we start Wednesday's episode. And we can have like some carts and stuff that are carting this around, getting it down towards the water, and I think this place is going to look really cool. We need to have a name for it, and I don't know what to name it. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it. If you don't like it, speak it. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.